Hey there, and welcome to my channel. I am Brittany Flammer, and I am here live today for the third time this month to show you our budget report for March 2025. I'm showing you how much we actually spent in March compared to what we budgeted. And like I said, this is the third time. My husband and I were on vacation, and I took his iPad. We took his iPad, and I planned to do my live there with his iPad. And I thought I knew how to do the screen sharing on the iPad. It did not work. So then I tried to do a screen recording. I didn't realize the iPad screen recordings don't record audio. So I talked to myself and uploaded it and then realized the audio didn't work. So I am back home now in my new office. Let me know if you like the background, to share our March report with you. It's a couple days late, but that's what we're doing. We got home at about 2:30 this morning. So my brain's not fully functioning. So we're just going to go through what I've got. If you have questions, put them in the chat or in the comments afterwards. I try to answer every single one that I see. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and I have it enlarged, so hopefully you can see it on smaller devices. Okay, this is the template I use. You're welcome to grab it in the description box. I have a link to it, or whatever you use. I don't care if you use an app, pen, paper. Here's what happened for us. Starting with our income, my husband's salary. He's a teacher, but it seems like almost every month he's had something extra because he's done something extra, attended workshops or conferences, or done. So he's made more than normal. So I budget what we know he'll make, $6,100. This month he made, he took home $8,000, almost $8,300. A lot of coaches, high school coaches get a stipend. It's $3,000. So he got a $3,000 stipend. He is not a coach, but he has done several things. He is the department head for something, and he's on the head chair for some clubs, and he helped with the theater department building their set. I don't remember what. So he got the $3,000 stipend for doing those things. So after taxes and investments and everything, he took home $2,172 more than planned. And I told him this could be money, his fun money. So I'll show you how we're going to allocate that afterwards. My business, we didn't plan for anything because we like to budget off of my husband's income, and then anything I earn goes towards fun stuff. So I took home $2,330 cash back. We have a flat rate of 2% cash back on our credit card, and it accumulates every single month. We cash it in at the end of the month and put it into our Christmas fund. So we earned almost $75 this month in cash back. And then interest, we have a bunch of accounts, online high yield savings accounts that earn interest, our emergency fund, our house projects fund, our sinking funds. So we earned $145 in interest. So total income, $10,822. I try to make it so I budget what we know we will make, and then we usually make more than what I plan on. So it's always better to go that way than to make less than expected. So we made more money, so we paid more in tithing. We donate 10% of our gross pay, plus we do some humanitarian and some fast offerings, so that because we made more, we ended up spending more. So we spent $1,600 more, but I am always happy to donate more because that means we made more money. Now moving on to the expenses. Most of these first ones are fixed, so they're pretty accurate. Every month, mortgage, $1,400, that's fixed. Electricity, we got notified that our bill was going down, and I thought it was our electric bill, but it was actually our natural gas bill. So I only budgeted $52, and we ended up spending $60. But the natural gas, I budgeted $68, and it was only $52. So I got them swapped. All of these are on equal pay plans. So once or twice a year, they readjust, but we pay the same every month until they readjust. And our city bill, we just got notified that they are reading meters. So our water meter is where the bulk of our city bill comes from. And we have an average payment plan. So we got notified they'll be reading. So I wouldn't be surprised if that changes soon. But for now, we're just under $200, which is exactly what we budgeted. My life insurance is fixed. Our car insurance went up by a couple dollars every 6 months. They readjust, and we had been getting a discount I downloaded their driving app, and it tracks all my drives. And based on how well you do, how good your score is, you can get a discount. I've been getting a discount. And then this last 6 months, they readjusted, and I didn't drive enough hours to get any discount. So it went up by a couple of dollars. Our phone bill, I talked about this in our April budget. It has gone up. We're on a family member's plan, and it's gone way up. So it's actually $120 per month, but 20 of that is paid for my business because I upgraded some things for my business. So I'm paying that $20 out of my business account. So we personally, out of our checking account, paid $100. Internet also went up. The promotional credit just ended, and fiber is coming where we live. They're digging the lines for it and putting it in now. So we're just going to keep our bill what it is. For April, I will readjust to make it $79 until fiber comes, then our bill will change. Gas, we were under budget, $172. Piano, under budget because the piano teacher is a college student and she was gone over her spring break. So only $60. Same thing for guitar. So we only paid $30 instead of $40. Groceries, we went over by $800, or we paid $809. For us, groceries includes like everything consumable. So it's food, but then it's also like bathroom products, toilet paper, paper towels, any of that kind of stuff. The things you can buy at the grocery store, we include in our grocery budget. And I swear I'm over budget like every single month, but no matter how much I increase our grocery budget, I tend to always go over. So I don't want to increase it unless I'm going over majorly. So $50, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Eating out, we budgeted $35. We only spent $21. We went out with friends once. Let's see, that we spent $18.34 when we went out with friends as a date. And then $3.23, we must have gone and gotten like dessert or something, or like picked out something at the dollar store. I'm not sure what we did. I don't remember, but we were under budget there. Miscellaneous, $21.18. Something always comes up. Kids money. Our kids have to do jobs. If they mark them off, they get paid. So we paid them $20.80. We actually, my husband and I mentioned we were on vacation. We were gone for a week, so we did not pay our kids last week. So we missed a week in March. It'll just get added to our April. We'll pay them in April. Entertainment, we didn't spend anything. We did leave some cash for my parents who were watching our kids, but they didn't spend any of it. So total expenses, $3,143, which is just 11 over budget. So I feel really good about that. Debt, we don't have any debt other than our mortgage, which is already accounted for. So now moving on to our savings. This is some of its long-term savings like retirement, some of it's short-term, our sinking fund type savings. We do have a lot more sinking funds than most. If you're just getting started, I would recommend less sinking funds to simplify it. We even have a couple that every month I'm like, I probably should just include them in our monthly budget and not count them as a sinking fund, but I've already got the automation set up. So it's just easier for me to keep it this way. So our emergency fund, we didn't put budget anything for it because it's funded, but it is earning interest in a high yield savings account. So we earned $70.31. So we're at $17,300 there. My husband gets $50 for his fund money, which includes some bike maintenance. But he also earned the extra. It was like $2,100. We knew while we were on our vacation, we had a couple things that ended up being more expensive than what we planned. So we said we'd put some of that towards our vacation. So we put $1,500 of that into his fun money. I think he's saving up for a new bike or new parts for a bike. I don't know. He's building a bike, and it's like buying a new car almost. It's not cheap. So he had $1,550 put in there. So he's at almost $2,400 in his account. I get 25. I put 25 in, didn't spend anything. So I have 208 in there. Life insurance, we budgeted 68, put 68 in, so we're up to 347. House maintenance, we budgeted 250, we put 250 in, we spent 93.26. This, like, our house maintenance is for like if I buy decorations, I pull it out of there, or just maintenance, like if something breaks and we like minor that we replace, or like if we want to have someone spray our yard, we'll pay for it out of that. Or if we want a new faucet, just small stuff, not major stuff. So let's see, what did we spend the $93 on? Oh, okay, we had to pay to dump our green waste. They're charging for that now. Stuff for our house. Oh, I bought 2 rugs for my office, trying to decide which one, and ended up returning one of them. And then our daughters are switching rooms. They used to share, now they're separate. So anyway, I bought a decoration for her. Vacation, we budgeted 200. We put why did we put 309? Oh, we put 209 in. We put the 200 in plus the $9.60 is interest earned in that account. We spent, I have calculated how much we spent in down here. I'll have to go look at that in a sec, because I was just planning on counting our vacation in April, because we ended in April and I wanted to wait till the very end of it to account for it. But since I'm doing this so late, I have accounted for that. So I'll go grab that in just a minute. House updates, we didn't budget anything, but then my income after we donated, we put 2,037 towards our house updates. We did spend 1,648. So we have 18,734 in there. Clothing, we budgeted 100, put 100 in, we spent 239. So we only have $10.82 in there. Our oldest daughter got asked to prom and she's going, and we finding a dress that I approve of, that my daughter likes. So much fun. That is said with lots of sarcasm. So we've actually ordered like 3 or 4 dresses, and we'll return all but one. I just want to make sure we got one that she liked. And I think we ended up ordering 4 or 5. And the very last one she finally likes. So we'll be returning the other 3 or 4. I can't remember how many. Gifts, but I haven't returned them yet. So whenever we do return them, probably in April, I will credit that back into our account. Clothing or gifts, we budgeted 50, put 50 in, and we spent 29. So we're at $80 in gifts, which will be great. We're just accumulating a little bit for teacher gifts at the end of the school year. Wedding, we have 1 or 2 weddings coming up, things like that. Car expenses, we budgeted 125. We put 125 in. We did spend 207. We had to register 2 of our vehicles. Our third one needs emissions, and actually broke down on our way to the airport for our vacation. So my husband's actually working on that today. So we have $435 in that account now. Christmas, we didn't budget anything, but we put our cash back, so almost 75 in there. So we have 183 for Christmas as of right now. Kids extracurricular, we budgeted 400. We put 400 in. We did spend 1,067. Why did we spend so? Oh, because we had a few minor, some ref fees, a tournament, a 3v3 tournament my son did. But we bought season ski passes for our family, and we pulled that out of our kids extracurricular. So we have 321 in there now. My Roth IRA, we put 400 in. My husband's Roth IRA, we put 400 in. So we spent a total of 5,759 into our savings, which is almost 34% of our take-home pay. So that means we spent for the month, including all of our savings, 10,500, but we have an extra 319. But I told you we were on our vacation and we had a couple things that ended up being a lot more expensive than we planned for. So my husband said we could just take that out of his account. So we ended up putting an extra 300 into our vacation. So I already had the 209 transferred into it. I will go as soon as we're done here and transfer an extra 300 in there. But then I calculated our total vacation. What was that? Oh, 2006. is what we spent. So let me plug that in right here. That didn't work. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. 2006. Plug that in. 2006, 70. Okay, so we have $152 left in our vacation. And that leaves us with the $19. And rather than transfer the 19 into vacation, we'll just leave it in our checking account to help with the buffer there. So that is how I handle our budget. I am going to go in, I'm doing a detailed video on our costs for our trip. We went to Costa Rica, just the two of us. It is our 20-year anniversary this year. So we did something bigger. And I've broken down the costs. I'll film video. So if you have any questions about it or things you want to know, let me know in the chat or in the comments. I'll make sure to include it in my video. That will be coming out in the next week or two, including the things, what we budgeted versus what we actually spent, a couple of things that were a lot more expensive. And I can tell you about our fun flights home and how we ended up getting redirected like 2 times. And got home at 2:30 this morning. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, make sure you check out my other videos. I've already got my April budget up. I will now take the end balance for all of these accounts, copy it into my April budget. So I've got the April budget here, but I'll copy those so I can see how much I have in all of our sinking funds and track that throughout the month. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.